I at this point just don't care about beating up on GameStop anymore. But we might we'll mention it in this. I don't even necessarily blame GameStop for this one.
At this point, it's like a little kid flailing their arms. You just have their hand on their head.
Right.
They can't reach
so someone got a fake Pokemon HeartGold for Christmas.
What system is that?
That would be Nintendo DS.
All right.
It's a remake of the original Pokemon Gold, which was on the original Game Boy. And when the person loaded it up in their DS to play it, it came up as Alex...
3DS. No, 3DS.
3DS. It came up as Alex something Storm Rider. I can't remember the exact
Alex
name.
Rider Stormbreaker.
Alex Rider Stormbreaker.
Sounds like a porn series.
Yeah.
Gay porn series.
So, the person was rightfully upset, and that's understandable. You look at this picture, and it does look like a bootleg. You can see all sorts of gaps on the label. The label is not big enough to fit the space.
The printing's terrible.
The printing is terrible. But you know what? Pokemon games often go to children. They get worn. They get rubbed. I'm not excusing the GameStop employee here, but I am saying that it definitely looks like shit to me, and I wouldn't have taken it, but it's not as obvious as certain other things. The biggest telltale sign that this is a fake, and people don't look for it, is the fact that the labels that they print for these things rarely, if ever, fit the spot for the sticker properly.
They couldn't figure that out. They could never figure that out, huh?
Yeah. They never got those measurements right.
Let's say it was cut with like one of those straight edge little, you know what I mean, like knives. It doesn't even look like it was like printed out on a sheet.
So what I had read a bunch of times, and I don't doubt, is that Nintendo had updated basically, because these cartridges used to, these did used to play. That's not the issue. This was not a flash cart that had Alex Rider on it. This wasn't, some R4 with a malicious sticker on it. This was a straight up bootleg of Pokemon HeartGold, and it always was. At some point, supposedly Nintendo updated the firmware on the 3DS to detect the bootleg Pokemons, and for whatever reason, they show up as this game. So this even could have been tested at whatever location it was taken into.
The super testing facility.
Yes, and it probably could have at some point 2 years ago come up as a Pokemon game, and now after multiple firmware updates, it doesn't.
But this was probably from just store to store, though. This was turned into one store and probably kept there. Or this person ordered it.
But that's what
this person ordered
it. That's what I'm saying. If it's coming from a warehouse, this could have been sitting on a pile.
So GameStop might have done their due diligence and could have tested this on a 3DS that wasn't firmware upgraded a year ago or whatever. Wow, GameStop might have not screwed up. So besides not seeing that it's a bootleg from the terrible quality.
Yes. So the terrible quality.
They have screwed up.
The terrible quality they should have noticed. But like I said, I've seen stuff come in that's totally legit that kids just beat up. And I don't necessarily believe that after all of these past stores that GameStop really does their due diligence, but this does stand a chance of having actually been tested and only was made useless later on.
So GameStop only half screwed up. Wow.
So
we're not actually trashing GameStop fully here.
Really at this point, I know they were fun for a while, but I'm getting kind of bored of these, to be honest with you. And I don't like GameStop, and I work in an independent store. It behooves me to speak volumes about GameStop fucking up. But we do this every podcast.
Not every podcast, every other for the most part. Ian, you're not scared of them cutting into your business like everyone thinks?
Yeah, I'm terrified of them cutting into that fucking retro game business they're doing so well with.
All those Sega CDs they're selling.
Yep. Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah, we'll do maybe a moratorium on these unless there's something really awful comes up again, like that Genesis console that was just like slap your face, horrible.
That was awful.
It was fun doing the Red Conquers Days or whatever else. I mean, are
we reminiscing now as we put this segment to bed for a little while? Is that what we're doing?
GameStop's just like your little cousin that keeps trying to impress you and just failing horribly. Look, I'll jump off the swing set and then breaking their leg, and you're just like, oh, that wacky GameStop.